Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, feeling funky, so I got a nice little lesson. Being like George told us, we are children of production, aka the one that makes us what? All one family, spiritually and funky. That's right. Radism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we going with this? Let's keep it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. But you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my art be true. Yeah, I'm feeling funky this month. So let's get into some George type of stuff. Like George, like my man Goldie told Pretty Tony, we can do this like we got some class, or we can get into some funky stuff. I prefer the funky stuff. Let's go. Yeah, I told you, we are all children of production, aka the one, and we are produced in conjunction with what? The Creator, our God, we call Father. That's what makes us family. Asar, I said, set, that, all family. All family. Yeah, family. It wasn't seen as nothing else other than family, spiritually family, the spirit family with one Father. God, again, is spirit. We are all human, spiritual beings having a human experience physically, but we are all of the same God, the one spirit. The consciousness is all individual. Everything else is one. Everything comes from the one. And you got to be on the one. That means you with God. Let's go. We are individuals, yeah, all with different minds. We got our own computer that we dealt with, given at birth. What you do with it is your choice. That's free will. It don't get no better than that, no freer than that. And again, in the physical world, you got a 50-50 shot of being right and 50 shot being wrong. Your choice again. And if you make mistakes, that means you did something wrong. You're supposed to correct them, not continue to do them. That's wrong living. All right. But in the world of, in the words of my man Frankie Beverly, and we don't understand it yet. What is our problem? We are one. We are all one family. Everybody be telling you that what's that? The group We Are Family, the Sister Sled. Everybody know that as a family, we are one. That's all. All right. George been saying it for 50 years. All right. But yeah, we are children of God. All that chosen, stop. We all are born to produce what? To become, we haven't a human experience. This is the experience that we have to have spiritually, so we come into the human form to have the experience. And everybody asks the question, what's the purpose of life? Why am I here? The spirit wants to go home. It had to come here to have this experience. And every time somebody who he get in the body don't consciously recognize him, he got to continue until he finds somebody to take him home. That's the concept philosophically. Okay, so all spirits have the same goal: to get home. As humans, we have individual people who have our own goals, and all of them ain't in the mind. of doing what's right. They want to do them. That's what makes us human. If your human part, your ego controls your higher self, your spiritual self, you're going to reincarnate. Why? You can't go home yet. All right. Again, our ultimate goal as human beings, we're here for the experience. We're here for the experience. Some people fall in love with the experience, and that's okay. Why? Because until you get it right, you're going to keep having the same experience. How much can you continue to experience before you say, okay, enough of this nonsense? Okay, that's common sense. All of us don't have that. All right, but your experience here in life, we call life, is to obtain knowledge of self, aka know thyself, or our ancients called it reach a level in life we call nihas, hotep, supreme peace within oneself. How you do that? By living right, learning spiritual disciplines, and practicing them. We call it maya. I call it right thinking philosophy. You can call it what you want. If you do it, you can call it whatever you want. We are all born, what? Ignorant, with amnesia, not knowing ourselves, same thing. But we are led to believe things in our life, but our goal is to get knowledge of self. So what? Before we die, because when we die, if the conscious and the spirit is not on the same page, they're going to go that way. Spirit going that way to find another body, your conscious will be destroyed along with the physical body. We call it dying twice. All right. But again, self-knowledge can be mastered. How? By daily practice of right thinking philosophy or the Maya philosophy, whatever you want to call it. And by doing this on a regular basis for a while, you will reach a level where you know what? Thyself, just like me. You will get so connected with God by daily meditating and living right and receiving blessings. You don't have no question about, no, you know God. Why? I know who blesses me. I'm serving and I'm receiving blessings for serving. Well, you can't see God. No. Trust me, you can make that happen. God created man so that man can create God. What? For himself, to what? Something to aspire to be. Something to reach for. Man ain't got nothing. What that man got? We ain't got jack. Okay? What you are, us aspirants. We are aspiring to what? Be our best self, some of us. Human experience is for all the souls, all spirits to test, to go through before they can what? Make it to the afterlife. You got to live a human life. You got to experience being human. And if you don't pass that test, you don't go. Simpler is that. Moving on. We like to play these games with ourselves. I don't do that. I'm straightforward. Simple as that. Make it mean something. Rational logic. If it means, okay, that's what we're going with. Hopes and dreams. And no, don't get caught up in that nonsense. You need to know what you're doing. And going through this human experience we call life, the rules are the same for everybody. But the people who are in control of the power that be, they tip the scale in their favor because of race. Oh, it's white America. Yeah, because white people got it their way. If it was black America, we'd be happy dancing in the street and they'd be pissed off. That's what they're trying to avoid. Why? Nobody wants to be on the downside. Moving on. But again, if you are a child of God, and we all are chosen one, that means you choose what? What's best for you. That's what chosen means. Chosen means to make a decision and live with it. If you're a Christian, follow the Christian dynamics. You're right thinking, follow the right thinking philosophy. That's all it means. That's it. Moving on. Right thinking didn't choose you. He don't give a crap. God don't choose you. He don't give a crap. Get the concept. You do the choosing. And then this experience human being is a one-way, only way to what? To the afterlife. You got to make it through this one. And I can tell you, we got the most sophisticated machinery known to man, and it don't come with instructions, just instructors. Get your instructions, put them to use, and that's all you need to do. We are all children of God, again, but our job as humans is to what? Know who the hell we are. Simple. We don't know. So what you do? You find out. I love teaching, but I love learning more. I love to learn. I love to get information. I love to have understanding. That's just me. You have your choice. You can choose whatever you want. Okay? But again, we are God's children. But we God believing we are just what? Human beings. Because of our ignorance. If you don't know who you are, you might believe when somebody tell you who you are. And then that's going to lead you to believe and not know yourself, and that's what your whole life is based on what? Somebody else's idea of who you are because you believe them and not know who you are for yourself. I ain't here to have you believe a damn thing. I'm here to get you to have knowledge of self. Why? That's what you need. That's what you need. Because of ignorance of your higher self. And a lot of us suffer that, and half of us don't know it. If 80% of us is ignorant of ourselves, that's a damn shame. That's embarrassing. Jesus. And we know, my people will be destroyed lacking knowledge. And what we are, we just as ignorant as the day is long. So how are we going to change that dynamic? It's not. And we not. Simple. Human life is what? You being able to learn. You got this for a reason. You got to use it for something other than a damn hat rack. And I wear a hat every day. But you got to use it to learn to know who? Thyself. The higher self, the true self, the real self, not the ego self. The ego self thinks it's all that. Okay? And when they find out in the end, it ain't all that. Now he want God. Oh, no, you didn't know. Remember, you don't need God. I didn't need him, but it didn't take me on my deathbed to find it out. Just time in prison. Okay? 3.5 years is enough time for me to, I know God very well. Okay? And when you get to know thyself, now you have what? Knowledge of self that will last you forever. And at Judgment Day, they're not going to ask you your degrees in philosophy, your degrees in environmental study, your degrees in law, math. No. How much did you know you? That's the only test. That's the question. How did you live? What did you do? And this keeps track. This keeps track. This just watches. This just sees. This and this keeps records. All right. We have more believers in God than we have knowers of God. Why? Because I'm saying ain't nowhere in the world as a people we can put this clown in position of power. We can't be too smart. And if it's more people who believe that, it's more dumb people than smart people. I say believers in God and knowers of God. The same thing. Okay. If you believe in God, you don't really know. And if you know God, you ain't got to worry about believing. Why? Because belief is not knowing. Knowledge and knowing is having experience of your own. So I would not be deterred about God. You can't do nothing, say nothing to me about that. It's personal anyway. I ain't got to prove to you how godly I am. That's people, I'm blessed. Who gives a damn? Who would give a damn? Again, we all got a story, and it's all personal. Some people, I ain't got to hear my story. I got to tell my story. Newsflash. Nobody gives a damn. Just, I ain't speaking for myself. I'm speaking for people generally. All right. But again, I teach. I call it my rightism. Life lessons that I've accumulated over the years. And I learned for what? So now I know for myself. I know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to tell you a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of mythical stories. I tell you the real deal about Dollar Bill in my life. That's what I got for you. Just knowledge, information that you can use. That's it. Moving on. I ain't trying to do nothing else. All right. Self-knowledge. I was told I like to watch Jeopardy. I think I'm halfway smart. So I engage in game shows and answer the questions best I could. So Jeopardy is one of my favorite shows. My man, my mom, I grew up watching Jeopardy. And they do crossword puzzles. You know how hard crossword puzzles are. You know how much knowledge you got to have to know the crossroads. So I grew up in that environment. So thinking I'm a person, I think I'm a nerd. Why? I love learning. Ain't that what nerds do? Learn? I love learning. I love learning. Again, but it ain't subjects and stuff. It's about life, mainly about me. Okay, but self, again, there we go. It all comes back to you. Self-knowledge is what leads you to self-mastery. You spend the time learning who you are, getting closer to God, and if you live and doing it right, you will know him for yourself. Why? Because you receive the blessings. That's your acknowledgement of knowing God. If you blessed, you know God. You ain't got to believe in God. Moving on. And if you ain't never been blessed, you just ass out. Moving on. You don't deserve nothing. We all, again, all spiritual, aka human beings, are from the one same parent, God, the spirit that's in us, come able one, and understand that. But this thing we have here, our consciousness, our brain, now that's individual. The spirit is the same. The conscious and the mind is different. So all that I'm chosen, God chose me, no, you don't. Okay, I keep telling you that stop. That just drives me crazy. But we all have what? A mother and a father. That's my father. He's passed on. I talk to him every day. He ain't dead to me. He's in my mind. He's in my heart. He's in my thoughts. That's God. Hello? In the flesh, he was dad. In the past, he's God. Put it in perspective. Okay, I'm good with that. I got a face I can put to God. That's my concept. All right. But we all born from parents, and that's who we have as God and goddesses. We don't have no one particular parent. And single parenting is just wrong. Stop, please stop single parenting. Stop making that normal. It's not. Until we can start making life by ourselves, you should not be raising a child by yourself. Females, I'm with you on that one. I can't stand a man who leave behind what something that's his. It's yours. Take care of it. I've been paying child support most of my life. I'm about to be done in 1 month. I got one more payment to go. So I do mine. I keep talking about it. If you can talk about it, you better not be it. Why? You got the right to talk. You a hypocrite. If you're talking about somebody that you doing the same thing they're doing, you can't talk about that. That's the glass house concept. But y'all say a bunch of phrases that kill me with that. Don't understand a damn bit of it. Please get to understand it and then use the phrase. We all have mother and father who gave us what? Life. That's what God gives us. But he gave it to the people to pass on. What? Be fruitful and multiply. Keep the chain going. My knowledge, I just want to get it and what? Not to hold it, not to, but use it and then what? Give it to somebody else who can use it. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited this morning. Calm down. All right. Okay. Yeah. Again, we are spiritual people. We should know God from our own experience, not having somebody tell us a bit of gills about him. I got my own understanding of God. We can converse, but I don't need you to teach me about God. I told my pastor when I went to church 12 years ago, dude, I ain't coming here looking for God. I know God. I know God, so I'm just hanging out with somebody who I feel, sure, y'all claim to know God. Let me come check y'all out. I've been there ever since. Moving on. So it ain't about what it is. It's about how serious you are about what you claim to be about. All spiritual beings are from, okay, the one parent. Okay, spiritual people who know God. Okay, again, no, religious, stop. That's what I got a problem with. Y'all religious people. Stop with the believing. Get with the knowing and then living. And people who respect religion going to hell. Why? Because the people who follow it or represent it is shooting it to hell. Why? How they doing it where it's supposed to be done. You're not doing it correctly. If you practice exercise and you ain't doing it right, you won't get the right results. If you're getting information, it's wrong information, you won't get the right answer. Religious people who just hell bent on believing in God won't live and do the things they need to know God because and the ones who do, they give the credit to what? They believe that's God. Okay, I don't care. But if you're living right and doing right, you will be rewarded for that. And that's God. That's God. You can call it who you want. Allah, Ishka, Bible, don't make a difference. But the idea, and everybody who got a God that they serve, you have to serve him with what? Fervency and real honesty, all those good things that no matter what religion you call it, no matter who you call God, you still got to do the same thing. No, and do and be. And we are not all what? Good people. We're not born good. That's the choice. There you go. Now, if you choose to be good, when you choose God, you'll be a good person. If you choose you're not going to be such a good person. You're going to be good when you want to be, when you think you need to be, or to get what you want to be. That's when you'll show you're good, but you're really not. That's when God knows what your heart, your intentions. That's what the real people are. If your intentions are good and admirable, you're fine. That's a good person. Don't make a difference. If your intentions are not, you're just not a good person. You're going to pick and choose when you want to be, and that's not what God wants to see. And he do see it, remember? All right. But right thinkers, we are spiritual, awakened people who what? We are real people. Why? We're not religious. No, we're spiritual. We connect with God. That religion brings on a bunch of fake people. Y'all got 10 religious people, 8 or 9 of y'all full of crap. Okay? Well, the devil say, out of 10, he got 80 of y'all. So that means, but 2 people out of 10, that's sincere. That's the 80% of ignorance. Numbers don't lie. They don't just put out the air number. No, you don't just put numbers out your ass. Numbers are there because this is what they show. This is what they, and we are showing that we haven't learned a damn thing. That's my take on it. And as a teacher, I'm adamant about learning and getting knowledge because I'm seeing ignorance and it's taking over. Simple as that. We got more ignorant people than we got intelligent people. That's a problem for us as a people. Potential. Now, where we at? Thanks for tuning in. Let me wrap it up for you. This is the last part. And this, you feel insulted or slighted, I don't care. This is the truth. And if this is about you, that's what I do. Don't care. I'm just telling you the truth. So spiritually, we are all what? Brothers and sisters in spirit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And it's not knowing each other is our problem. Not knowing ourselves. Each one of us should know who we are. That way we be what? Come together as one. That's power. That's why we're powerless right now. Religious people, again, okay, the human race. No, we can go back another further. Okay, I love all my spiritually enlightened people. I got love for the ignorant, but I really love and enjoy my people who at that level where I can really be comfortable with them, around them. I don't have many of them. It's called friends. I don't have none. Why? The falcon and the eagle are lonely birds. Okay, they don't need crowd. They ain't trying to show approval. They don't need none of that. Okay, that's why in the spirit is recognized by the falcon. The Americans use the eagle. Why? They understand. That's the esoteric meaning behind the eagle. The eagle. So eagle. Yeah. Google the eagle. Google the peregrine falcon. This is why you use the birds of prey as God's understanding that He gave them gifts that we can mimic philosophically and understand the aspects of our character. I just said my spirit is the falcon. I don't have no friends. I get it now. I'm starting to see. When you start getting knowledge, more knowledge, and this increasing knowledge you already got, you ain't never full. You're gonna keep acquiring. And I'm keeping getting different perspectives and concepts. That's why I sit here. I come up with concepts. I say, I'm listening to this guy, listening to that guy. Oh, I got a concept. Okay, I'll put mine down and I bring it to you. That's what I do for you. But it's all about what? Just enlightening, educating, trying to get you to be your best self. Let's go. All in the name of education. All right. So the human race is to see who can what? Become God-like. How? By living and practicing and treating people the way they want to be. Treat people the way you want to be treated. How many people honestly live that? Honestly. I don't do to you what I don't want done to me. I'm living that. I practice that. I'm adamant about that. I can't speak for nobody but myself. Moving on. Again, it's individual. We all call individuals for a reason. You got your choice. And again, freedom will. Free will. Right or wrong. Some people do wrong their whole life. But the price that comes with that, okay, no afterlife. You live right in this life, ding, ding, ding. That's the ticket to the afterlife. And until you figure that out in this life, you're going to keep coming back. Moving on, it's called reincarnation. It's been around a long time. Spiritually enlightened people are not religious people. Religious people ain't spiritually enlightened people. Understand that? So, to know God, you have to what? Experience Him. And that's when we use the phrase, we are children of the production. God is a producer, generator, operator, and destroyer. But He produced what? Us. So that what? We can respect and give Him his due. Animals can't do that. Plants can't do that. Nature can't worship Him. So He made man so that man can worship Him. Wrap it up. All of us, spiritual enlightened people, we got one thing in common. Not the spirit, no, we got that. But we got something in common this way, consciously. We know God for ourselves. That's the ticket that we all ride on when we come what? Enlightened. When we know God for ourselves. You know God? Yeah, I know God. You know God? I believe it. Nah, you in the group. What? The group here, we know God. That group over there, y'all believe in God. Two different things. Trust me. Hope you got the lesson. I got to go. Look at the clock. I got to go to the gym. Yeah, about that time. But right thing is, this is what I do for you. I appreciate doing it too. Hope you enjoy learning it. That's what I'm here for, just so that you can learn something for yourself. My job is to teach, and that's what I do. In closing, right thing is, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thing is who we all know that we are what? Children of God have passed away. And remember, we all come from the one.